Top 5 Korean dramas on Netflix. 1. Dr. Stranger. As a child, Park Hoon, Lee Jong-suk, and his father Park Chul, a well-known surgeon, Kim Sang-jong, were sent to North Korea to conduct an open-heart surgery on Kim Il-sung to prevent the Second Korean War. After being sent to North Korea, Park Hoon and his father were denied access to go back to South Korea. It is revealed that Park Chul is suing the Myungwoo University Hospital for a serious malpractice case, and Park Chul's friend, Dr. Park Choi, wanted to take responsibility. However, the director of the hospital did not want the malpractice case to become public, which will ruin the hospital's reputation. As the result, he conspired with Jang Sok-ju, a national security official, to make Park Chul and his son trapped in North Korea. In North Korea, Park Hoon was trained to become a doctor by his father, who was already a famous doctor. He became a genius cardiothoracic surgeon after attending medical school in North Korea while moonlighting as a smuggler, selling South Korea K-pop DVD. There, he fell deeply in love with Song Jae-hee, Jin Se-yeon. After Park Hoon's father died, he tried to flee to South Korea with Jae-hee, but lost contact with her in the end. Park Hoon was able to flee to South Korea alone. In South Korea, Park Hoon begins to work as doctor in a top hospital, Myungwoo University Hospital. Meanwhile, he found a girl that looks exactly like Jae-hee, Dr. Han Sung-hee, who claims not to know Park Hoon. At the same time, Lee Sung-hoon, a leading doctor in the hospital, plans his revenge against the institution for the death of his father in the malpractice case 10 years ago. 2. Coffee Prince. Choi Han-gyeol, Gong-yu, is the grandson of chairwoman Bang Kim Young-ok, of Dong-in Foods, a company that has a thriving coffee business. He has never had a job and does not care for responsibility. Han-gyeol is hung up on his first love, Han Yoo-ju, Chai Young-in, who only sees him as a friend. Go Eun-chan, Yoo Noon-hai, is a 24-year-old tomboy who is often mistaken for a guy. Her father died when she was 16 years old, and since then she has taken over as the breadwinner in her family. When Han-gyeol and Eun-chan meet, he, not knowing that she is a girl, decides to hire her to pretend to be his gay lover so that he can escape the blind dates arranged by his grandmother. After getting an ultimatum from his grandmother, Han-gyeol takes over a rundown old coffee shop, later renamed Coffee Prince, to prove that he's capable, both to his grandmother and to Yoo-ju. In order to attract female customers, he only hires good-looking male employees. Eun-chan, desperate for money, continues to hide her gender to get a job at Coffee Prince. Soon, feelings start to develop between Eun-chan and Han-gyeol. As Han-gyeol is unaware that Eun-chan is a woman, he starts to question his sexuality and is thrown into turmoil. 3. The Silent Sea. On a near-future Earth suffering from extreme desertification, draconian measures have been put in place for potable water rationing. Scientist Song Ji-an, Bae Duna, joins a hand-picked team of elite personnel on a mission to the moon. They are headed to an abandoned research facility, Valhay Station, where her sister died 5 years prior, after 117 personnel were killed in an incident. The circumstances surrounding the incident are secret. Their mission is to retrieve a mysterious and sensitive sample. The captain of the team, Han Yun-jae, Gong-yu, is a soldier for the space agency. Lieutenant Ryu Tae-sok, Lee Jun, of the Ministry of National Defense volunteers to be part of the crew. At the lunar facility, Song ascertains that the higher-ups have floated a bunch of half-truths and outright lies regarding the mission and the facility, and the nature of the accident that wiped out the staff. The sample turns out to consist of a new element that ostensibly looks like water, but multiplies like a virus when it comes in contact with living cells. The team is attacked by a violent superhuman girl on the space station, one who is immune to the effects of lunar water. Meanwhile, they must contend with the fact that some members of their own party may have ulterior motives that lead to betrayal. 4. Secret Garden. A rationalizing Cinderella story between Gil Ra Im, Ha Ji-won, a stuntwoman, and Kim Joo-won, Yun Bin, a high-end department store CEO. While trying to resolve a scandal involving Joo-won's cousin, Oska, Yoon Sang-yeon, a famous singer, Ra-im and Joo-won meet and he finds himself stunned by her coolness. Joo-won does not understand why Ra-im is constantly on his mind, and decides to pursue her. Though she initially is repelled by him, Ra-im gradually starts reciprocating his feelings. As two different worlds collide, Ra-im and Joo-won gradually learn about each other's worlds. Joo-won's mother does not want them to love each other. Despite his mother's objections, they get married. Meanwhile, Oska reunites with his first love, Yoon Sul, Kim Sa-rang, who has made a successful directing career for herself. However, Yoon Sul wants nothing to do with Oska, and instead has her eyes set on Joo-won. The story gets even more complicated and when Ra-im and Joo-won magically start switching bodies. 5. Descendants of the Sun. Yoo Si-jin, Song Jong-ki, is a captain in the South Korean Army's Special Forces. He and his friend Master Sergeant Seo Dae-young, Jin-gu, are off duty when they witness a young man stealing a motorcycle and apprehend him. The thief, Kim Ji-bum, Kim Min-sok, is injured during the chase and therefore sent to the hospital. Dae-young realizes his cell phone was stolen by the thief and goes to the hospital with Si-jin to retrieve it. In the emergency room, Si-jin meets Dr. Kong Mo-yeon, Song Hye-kyo, for the first time and is instantly attracted to her. Mo-yeon mistakenly assumes Si-jin is part of the thief's criminal gang after overhearing Dae-young address him as Big Boss, which is his call sign. He proves his identity with the help of Army surgeon Yoon Myung-ju, Kim Ji-won, who turns out to be Mo-yeon's former rival from medical school. Si-jin and Mo-yeon begin to date, but due to Si-jin often being called in for duty, their dates are often interrupted halfway. Si-jin receives his orders to be deployed on a peacekeeping mission in the fictional war-torn country of Uruk. Meanwhile, Mo-yeon is upset because she found out that she had been passed over for a professorship favoring a less capable colleague who had familial connections to the hospital management. When Si-jin returns and meets Mo-yeon again, she directly asks him to explain his sudden disappearances and job. Still, he cannot go into too much detail due to the highly classified nature of his assignments. They talk about their views on life and realize how different they are. Si-jin, as a soldier, kills to protect lives while Mo-yeon, as a doctor, honors the Hippocratic Oath and tries to save lives. Due to their philosophical differences, they agree to part ways. Dae-young, on the other hand, faces a dilemma on whether to continue his relationship with Myung-ju or risk being forced out of the army for breaking fraternization rules as he was not a commissioned officer. The fact that Myung-ju was the daughter of his and Si-jin's superior, the commander of the Special Forces, made the situation awkward. 8 months later, Mo-yeon rebuffs the romantic advances of the hospital director and, as a result, is assigned against her will to lead a team of medical volunteers to Uruk as revenge for her turning down the hospital director. In Uruk, Si-jin and Mo-yeon reunite and both gain a deeper insight into one another's jobs as their respective teams endure an earthquake and a measles outbreak, while also dealing with a South Korean warlord who once fought alongside Si-jin but now takes advantage of the corrupt government of Uruk to make money off human and arms trafficking. While in Uruk, Mo-yeon accidentally confesses her feelings, much to the amusement of their respective teams, and the two officially start dating. She gradually comes to terms with the possibility of him being killed in action and the fact that she may never have full disclosure of his whereabouts. In the meantime, the usually stoic Dae-young finally works up the nerve to show more affection toward Myung-ju after she nearly dies in quarantine after being infected with measles. Si-jin and Mo-yeon continue their relationship after returning to Korea, until Si-jin and Dae-young are sent on a classified operation in which they disappear and are assumed to be dead. Months pass and Mo-yeon mourns Si-jin's death, thus deciding to commemorate his passing by volunteering with a medical team sent to Albania while Myung-ju was sent on a medical mission in Uruk. This is where Si-jin eventually finds her on the day of their one-year death anniversary, while Dae-young went to Uruk to find Myung-ju after reporting that they were alive to the military headquarters. After their reunion, Si-jin told Mo Yeon that he and Dae-young were rescued from captivity by a friend from afar, a soldier from North Korea whom Si-jin had helped before. Si-jin and Mo Yeon, along with Myung-ju and Dae-young, are all happily reunited with each other.